Hi everyone, I'm Joe Ravita from Empire Music and EmpireMusicOnline.com. I'm here with a really new exciting product from Taylor Guitars, part of their new Grand Pacific series, which are round-shouldered dreadnoughts. I'm here specifically to talk today about the 517 Builder's Edition. They come with and without electronics. We just received our first shipment in with electronics. They also come without, which will be here just in a day or two, so you can see them all on our website. The Builder's Edition models are really great because they offer upgraded features, and the slope shoulder dreadnoughts are a new design for Taylor, which is really exciting and provides a new color palette to the Taylor lineup, which is really awesome. My favorite part about Taylor Guitars has been their innovation and their willingness to only use the best materials. So when Bob laid that foundation, he got all the famous guitars that Taylor's made up until this point. And you can really see matching of that philosophy with the new shape and new design here in the Grand Pacific models. Andy Powers, the lead designer, has incorporated the V-Class bracing. So this guitar here has the V-Class bracing, which gives you extra sustain, a lot of definition, extra go, a lot of overhead dynamic, which is great. So you'll notice that here. And Andy designed this shape because he wanted to get a rootsier tone in the line. And what's really cool about this is the Dreadnought shape in history has always kind of been a bassy guitar, which is great, and we want a lot of bottom end, but often pretty garbled. This guitar is really focused and defined, which is important. And I think we always are looking for a guitar that really sings at all levels, and the dynamic range on this instrument is really impressive. So what you're going to see here is that we play the guitar lightly through heavier attack. We're never going to lose that focus and definition, and I kind of think of it like when you're speaking, you always want to enunciate and speak clearly. Well, this guitar does that. You don't want to just get hit by a wall of noise. And I feel like even though Taylor wanted to hit this kind of vintagey vibe on this, they still kept their true tone in that they're giving you that focus and definition. So when you plug in or you record, you're going to sound amazing, and your audience, the people that are hearing you, are really going to get an amazing experience and get to hear all of the abilities of the instrument. So the 517 here comes in two finishes. You see it here in the Satin Wild Honeyburst finish, and then in a natural. It features a Sitka spruce top, and then genuine mahogany back and sides. Now, these have what they call the silent satin finishes on them. So they're quiet, they're really comfortable, they're super light, which is awesome. And whether you like the natural finish or the Wild Honeyburst, that's up to you, but you get a couple options there. The top, being Sitka spruce, is great, but it's also torrefied. So this top has been baked to get extra moisture out, to give it more of a vintage response. You can really tell when you're playing the instrument how much vibration you get from it, even in a light attack, which is amazing. So I'm going to show you the dynamic range later, but that's a big part of the torrefaction here, is that we're taking some of that extra moisture out, making the guitar respond faster, which is great. The Builder's Edition models, which this 517E offers some upgraded features as well. So like I said, you get the silent satin finish. You get what they call chamfered edges. So when you feel this guitar, it's got a rolled edge as opposed to a boxed off square edge. So sometimes, when you're playing your guitar and you get that big line on it, here you're not going to get that. It's going to be a lot more comfortable, which is great. So it's like sneaky comfortable feature there. This also has a compound carve neck. So what a compound carve is it means that it's going to shape differently as it slides down the neck. So as we know, when we're playing the instrument, our hand, how it's shaped here versus here, is different. So it goes from like a soft V down to a C here, which is just really comfortable and super noticeable right away. So while here we like that kind of V shape, as we notice here, our hands get flatter. So we want it to open up a little bit, and it gives us a more comfortable playing arrangement. So it's really slick feature there as well. The fretboard also has rolled edges, so we don't get that squared off feel again, which is great. West African ebony fretboards and bridges, which is traditional in the full Taylor line, which is great. So you have all that. The big thing in the 500 series with the Grand Pacifics is the combination of spruce and mahogany is just a super famous and iconic combination, because it's going to give you tons of boom but plenty of balance. Your mids are going to be voiced really nicely. So through here, when we just like strum a super lively, if you want to play any lead type guitar, it's going to be we don't have to push hard to get those notes to be true. When you get your buddy's vintage branded Dreadnought, and first thing you do is you grab the heaviest pick you can find and you just beat it to death to get the tone out, which is the way it kind of has to work with those guitars because they have heavier bracing, heavier glue, heavier finishes. Well, here, we don't have to do that. So for our lead, we pull tone out right away. And oftentimes, when you do that on other guitars, you don't get any tone. You know, it's just like you have to really, really strike it hard, which changes the dynamic in this style of tones that you can get out of the guitar. So here we don't have to do that. And you'll feel the guitar vibrate against your body at all levels. And my favorite thing about these, the second I played them, was that we can play lightly and play delicately and get all those light tones with tons of quality sound. I always feel like this is something that I've missed in my Dreadnoughts, and it hits you in the face right away. So I'm just gonna pick it lightly so you can hear. It creates an amazing amount of tone, a lot of volume with no work. I'm not striking the guitar hard, and I'm able to provide the emotion of a lighter attack with the great tone of a bigger body guitar. So we still get the fullness and the richness and that rootsy vibe, but we don't have to give up the way we want to play if we want to play something softly. The biggest thing you're going to notice about this guitar, what will really be unique to it in the Taylor lineup, will be the range that it can play. Obviously, if you're a grand concert player, you play small body guitars, we know that the overhead is smaller, or a grand auditorium is bigger than that, but not huge. Well, this guitar really doesn't have a ceiling within reason. I mean, you'd have to just bludgeon the instrument to find a point where it doesn't do what you want it to do. So what's great about this is I'm gonna just play lightly through it and build and build and build so you can hear kind of the vast range that it has. So nice little inflection there with the picking. Now we'll strum it light to heavy. Monster sustain. You can still hear the guitar ringing, which is awesome. The bass is boomy, but you can hear it's really, really nice and tight. It doesn't get all mushy in there. It doesn't get all soupy. So when we're hearing this, we're still getting 6 great strings of tone. The reason there's 6 strings on this thing is because it was meant to be heard. So Taylor's really delivered an instrument that can give you that chunkiness, that if you want that percussive bottom end that we all love, but you want to hear the other strings too, which we all should, then boom, this guy gives it to you. So by torifying the top, matching it with mahogany, we're giving the guitar the ability to kind of have that rootsy, acoustic, historical, vintage vibe that some of your favorite records that are classic. We can play bluegrass, we can play folky music, we can play rock, we can play lead stuff, which is awesome. You can even do singer-songwriter type things like this. So you're gonna see it once you get it in your hands that it's not gonna hold you back like a typical Dreadnought would. But if you just want classic, vintage Dreadnought tone, this guy will do it for you. You can see they didn't make these guitars with cutaways. They wanted to give every ounce of tone, so we don't have a cutaway option on this. But we're going to give you modern features, V-class bracing, the Taylor expression system if you get the E model, so the 517E. Like I said, you'll get your Taylor expression system. You're going to get the compound carved neck, which everybody's going to really, they're going to love as soon as you feel it's really noticeable. So you get all of those modern features, but they were able to plug into the vintage tone, but basically just make it better, which is awesome. So we don't have to choose between getting a big bassy guitar with a nice clean sounding guitar. So the Taylor 517E and 517 Builder editions come both in the Wild Honeyburst, which you're seeing here, and the natural, silent satin finishes. Again, solid torrified Sitka spruce top, all solid, genuine mahogany back and sides, V-class bracing, ebony fretboards and bridges, really like the creme de la creme of all of Taylor design, with modern features like the rolled chamfered edges, rolled fretboard, the ergonomic bridge, which is really comfortable. They didn't make this big square block here that you always feel just scraping against your hand. You don't have that. But more importantly than all of those cool modern features is that they were able to blend them to give you that history type of tone that you want. If you want that vintage sound in a Taylor guitar, you want the definition of a Taylor guitar, this is your guy. So give us a call. You can check this out on our website at empiremusiconline.com. You can always reach myself, Todd, or Anthony at 412-343-5299. And that's the Taylor 517 and 517E Builders Edition models. Give our YouTube channel a like if you'd like to see more videos like this. We're always putting content out. Also on our Facebook and Instagram. So please take a look at those. I'm just going to strum this guy here for a little bit for you so you can hear it on the way out. Thanks for watching.